Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chris back with another VOD review, and today we are to be doing the first Trio FNCS VOD review, and the trio is going to start with second place for week 1, Jamper, Avery, and Bugha. They did extremely well. They had consistent good games. This is the best game they had. I believe it was a 9-kill win. I know they won, but I believe it was either 6 or 9 kills. I think it was 9. But they placed extremely well the entire tournament. So I wanted to do a little VOD review on them to get the trio season kicked off right. From now on, I think it's going to be mostly trio FNCS, except for occasional VOD reviews from the DreamHack weeks. But I want to put out as much trio content as possible because trios is super fun and it's the game mode, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, we're gonna get it started off here. We got Bugha, Jamper, and Avery. They land Stark. It looks like they're contested by probably one trio. Oh no, Fernando is way up there. Never mind there. Oh, oh man. Hard grief. Never mind, Fernando is way too high up there to actually contest them. So they're letting Starks unconned, which is pretty insane, to be honest. This is a pretty prestigious trio to have it uncontested here. This trio unconned with Stark loot. It's no wonder they did so well. First of all, they're incredibly good at the game, but having crazy, overpowered, good loot also doesn't help, or doesn't hurt, rather. It doesn't hurt to have gold Stark rifles and gold pumps going into endgame. Gonna leave crash pads, probably for Jamper or Avery. Okay, while they're doing the dash around here, they don't pull zone. Usually Stark pulls zone, at least first zone, most of the time. But it looks like it pulled sweeping as center here. So they're going to have to rotate, which isn't too difficult because they had a bunch of mobility, they have cars, and they're on height here. Some people say Stark isn't stacked. I would have to disagree. Everything is made out of hard mats, so you get full hard mats. The vault has some of the best loot in the game, and you have the Iron Man Unibeam, not in competitive though, thank God, but in regular modes you have the Unibeam, which is super overpowered. Looks like they're going to try to get some Storm Surge tags there. But yeah, you get like look at his loot. He's going to be able to get easily enough mats to upgrade this to a purple spaz, considering he didn't pull them out of the vault. They have a ton of mobility, a ton of heals. Stark rifles. I'm curious to see if he grabs Stark rifle over burst. I think I would, personally. Maybe not. The burst is a beam. I think it's a tough call because the burst is so accurate with the first shot accuracy, but the Stark rifle is so punishing. Like, even the blue can do like 40 body damage, 46 or something like that. It's a bit ridiculous. Getting this uncontested is huge. Because now they have this entire area to farm. Yeah, they have this entire area to farm. The fences are full brick, and they give good brick as well. Like, it's not like 5 per fence. It's like 3 to 5 per hit. So, that's pretty crazy. This entire building is made out of metal. The vault area is made out of metal and brick. The main building is all metal and brick, and you're surrounded by trees. So having this uncontested means you, 1, get all the crazy loot at Stark's, and 2, you get full mats for your trio. However, the downside is if you're gonna land here in a tournament scenario, you're gonna have to contest some of the best trios because they're also gonna be landing here. I'm gonna give a quick little run through of the loot here. He has pretty stacked loot. Let me take a look at Jamper. Gold, Spaz, Purple Hog. Ton of heals, very good. Avery, Purple Spaz, Purple Scar, ton of heals, Mobility. Yeah, they're stacked. Absolutely stacked. Rotate here. Zone's coming in. He has good mats at least. Let me see what Jamper and Avery. 100 builds, 140 builds. Avery has like full mats. Yeah, they're pretty good. They can just kind of rotate here. Curious to see if they full cap their mats or if they try to just get a refresh. They'll probably end up, because they play a little more passive rather than like full WP mode, I think they're going to probably end up just farming once they get to zone. The strat here. Oh, okay. I was like confused as to where they were going down that embankment, but if they're gonna post up here on edge zone and hold these guys for storm surge tags, it makes sense. He gets punched there a little bit, but he has a ridiculous amount of chug splashes, so it's fine. Going after the Team New Age pros. Pretty much back to full HP after getting tagged. They're gonna let them rotate in now. Trying to just get some tags, not trying to actually instigate a fight. Smart. They have the loot to win the fight 100%, but you don't want to accidentally full grief your game, you know? Not when there's still 84 people left. First zone. Ooh, free tags on skills. Didn't build to cover himself. Bugha needs wood. Curious to see, does he, oh, it's 1 mini. I was gonna say, does he throw the 1 splash down to get to 200 HP and carry the mini, but it's not really worth it. Not really worth it. Okay, so new zone. They they're here. Zone pulls way over to Ollie. Now is the time. They're kind of in a weird situation here. I would probably try to get to dead side because dead side is completely empty. All of these trios are going to rotate into this side of zone. So having their loot and everything, the way they play, it would be smart for them to rotate dead side and try to get beams on people. Going center zone for second doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Center third makes sense because then you're going to want to get, you have the ability to get fourth, edge fourth, and then you also have the ability to potentially get half in, half out. But moving second zone center and investing in a bunch of materials in a base makes no sense. Good call on the trucks here, where they mark. Can't see it, unfortunate. Ooh, almost. That would have been crazy. Trying to get tags on the rotate here. Smart. They might need Storm Surge. They haven't actually fought a trio yet. Or eliminated anyone. They had tags here and there, but depending on if these trios are actually like... Yeah, these trios are like fighting. They're gonna need tags for Storm Surge. Yup. Oh no, they're above? What? That's actually crazy to me. Because if you think, like, a trio wipes a trio, if one trio gets killed, each player with 200 HP, that's 600 tags for Storm Surge. Minimum. That's just if you get them from 200 to 0, let alone if you full kill them once they're knocked. So it's astonishing to me that they're actually this high above Storm Surge right now. Because if a trio was knocking players and then, like for instance, if you knock a player and then you hit someone for 220 with a shotgun once they're on the ground, that 220 counts for Storm Surge even when they're already knocked. Like, so to me, the fact that they're this high above Storm Surge is astonishing, considering they haven't actually like fought anyone. They've just gotten tags the whole time. I would say it's smart for them to disengage here, because if you're fighting out there, it's not really smart to fight in Storm, especially at a tournament with this high of stature. Like, I could see people potentially doing this in DreamHack, but for FNCS Finals Week 1, like, this doesn't make any sense to fight in Storm. They're gonna kind of get held here, huh? Full spray. If he gets cracked, they might get full heat. This trio that's ahead of them is ridiculous, to be honest. They're both going to have to rotate. They're both in Storm, yet they're full spraying. Trying to get in. Oh my lord. Yeah. And that's what you get. I cannot believe they thought that was a good idea. It's actually crazy to me that you see Bugha's trio in zone, like you're in zone, safe, and you look back, and who else is in zone is Bugha's trio, and you think that it's a good idea to spray them and then try to jump in their box? I do not understand the logic there. Like, you're obviously not going to win that fight. Unless you have, like, insane mythics. Even then, that's not going to happen. Sway and Skittles. That's an interesting trio. Tags. Other teams tagging them. We're gonna go with Jamper's perspective here. Their center zone. See, that's what I'm talking about. Center third is when you can invest in a base. When you can put some materials into a base, because you potentially can pull edge fourth and 50-50. Which means that if you invest in your base and you pull those two zones, like, you don't have to move, you don't have to rotate, lose mats, anything. I'm gonna get copyright strike for that. I think that was Bugha, so. I get a copyright flag on this video just because of that emote. Thank you, YouTube. But they're chilling. Look here. See? By rotating, they're kind of on dead side, to be honest. Like, they could have come way over here, but then the chances of them pulling fourth and half in, half out are kind of slim. So, sitting center third on dead side, all these trios are super congested. They're kind of like, you zoom in a little bit here, they have some space to work with. They're kind of just chilling here. They're in a really good spot. They pull fourth. Not even edge, like they're chilling. They're almost center fourth too, what the heck? That's crazy. They're in a really good spot. All these trios are going to have to rotate into here. They're going to kind of get congested, but they're not in a bad position. It makes no sense for them to move. If you pull fourth zone, just don't move. Because if you pull fourth, it makes sense to wait and see if you pull half in, half out before you burn a bunch of mats. Because if you burn a bunch of mats rotating right now, and then half in, half out goes the complete opposite end, or pulls really far in one direction, like, if you have no mobility, you can pretty much count that you're not going to have anything by the time you get to half in, half out. Because someone's going to full spray you. You're going to have to cover yourself on the rotate. Especially in a solo scenario. Trios is a little different because you have more mats to work with, but you also have to be a little more conscious because you can get full sprayed by a trio. That's a lot more devastating than a solo spraying at you. Okay, check Avery's perspective. .801 above, 51 people, one person needs to die. There's no point for them getting tags. They're really high above Storm Surge threshold. Mars OW still alive. Very nice. There will probably be a Mars OW VOD review from Trio FNCS coming up. He plays really well in solos, and I've watched him play trios a little bit, and he's, from what I've seen, is very good, but I don't have enough of, I haven't watched enough of his trio gameplay to see if he plays different than solos, or what. So I'll probably do a VOD review on his trio FNCS gameplay as well coming up. I don't know what day that will be though, but I will continue the every other day uploads. So every other day, stop by here at noon. Video will be up. Keep the ball rolling. I'm having fun making these. You guys seem to be watching them and liking them, so hey, I'll do what I can. Has paper and chaotic. See right there? They pulled fourth zone. Half in, half out. They're right here. They're right on edge of half in, half out. Therefore, they didn't have to move for 2 zone cycles, and they can just get tags on people and try to look for kills. They pulled zone perfectly here. That is why moving center third makes the most sense. Whoa. Avery gets thrown. They're separated. I was like, that might not be good. There he goes. Nice. Nice recovery there. He's gonna heal for a little bit. We're gonna flip back to Bugha. List Bizzle and Clicks had a really good week 1 as well. I may have to VOD review them too. Let's see, I think they land Dooms because of all the Twitter beef with Fate. But I'll have to check. They're on edge. Zone? Oh wow. Zone actually pulls in their favor here. They're gonna have to rotate less than someone on this side, because they're way over here, so they have to rotate the smaller amount, and they have plenty of mats to do so. They have mobility too, so if they get kind of stuck here, they're golden. That was a really good layer change. There was people on their left, so they went to the right and up to change and kind of get out of that situation. That was very smart. Classic replay mode here. Timeout. Okay. Looks like he killed Ron. RIP. They have this layer pretty much themselves. The trio that was behind them kind of dropped a little bit. These are theirs. Careful. Ooh, good play. Good play. Oof. Fizzle goes down to Jamper. That was a really good play with the bouncer. To rotate over to zone and do it without using a bunch of materials. Mobility is so big, especially for trios this season. Getting mobility is like the most important thing. Hey puppy, what are you doing? Okay, doing a quick little heal, doing a dash back for the mats. They're good. Checking height, very smart. See if height's open. Looks like Creo and Kanata are on. Ooh, height play. They took height. Wow, that was easy. Beam ghoul. Wow. It's actually so important. If you're on second height and height isn't paying attention, with the power of shockwaves, taking height is so easy. If you watch what they did, their whole trio took a quick peek at height, realized that it looked like it was just Creo and Kanata up top, and so they just instantly shockwaved and took height, and forced them to drop down. And with that play, now they're on height with good ammo. Good. Wow. Yeah, they have shockwave splashes. A good amount of ammo. They're chilling. I'm gonna be real, this is like a textbook solid game. Center third, full fourth, half in, half out. Rotate using a mix of mats and the mobility in game. Using shockwaves to take height. If someone goes to take height, you kill them. Then hold everyone else down on lower levels. They're gonna wrap this up pretty quick. Yep. Lights out, Kanata and Nico. That was a very, very good game from Bugha, Jamper, and Avery. Yeah, I can't even think of anything they even potentially did wrong. They are just the most consistent trio, by the book, perfect. That's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in 1 day, or 2 days rather, with another video here. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching.